What's good? It's your boy, Dirtbag Dan. Blogs every day. Sorry we missed a few days. It was my birthday. I turned 34 years old, for those of you guys who are interested. Yeah, I'm fucking old, man, to be doing this shit. Well, and my sister-in-law got married, so I was out at a wedding. And I think we actually did one from a wedding. I don't know. I was really drunk, so check back, see if we did one from a wedding. But yeah, blogs every day. Wow, Joe Budden is just a weird, angry asshole. I never seen Everyday Struggle, and I'll never watch that shit again. I'm positive. Like I can't handle that. Like what kind of show is that? It's like on some like Dr. Phil shit where the host fucking just yells at the guest and like fucking berates them. But instead of like in the name of good morals, it's in the name of like hip hop, like protecting hip hop. Like hip hop was a fucking old woman, you know what I mean, who was being abused or something by Lil Yachty. Holy shit. Just weird, dude. Just a weird, I don't know. That's what I took from it. Those of you guys who haven't seen the most recent episode, I guess, of Everyday Struggle, where Lil Yachty is a guest, and I guess previously, like, on that show or somewhere else, Joe Budden had, like, talked wild shit, and then they, you know, Lil Yachty, like, sits down and has a conversation with him. It's funny how you would assume, like, on paper, that you would end up losing respect for Lil Yachty in this situation, and somehow he comes out like the level-headed dude. The 19-year-old kid with the fucking bead braids is way more level-headed than like the 40-something-year-old fucking struggle rapper. Wow. Just so weird, man. And what he was like, what he would get mad about in like the context of the conversation, it didn't make a whole lot of sense. You know what I mean? Like there was no like, I don't know. There wasn't any like strong opinions coming from Lil Yachty. And I guess he was mad about that. Joe Budden was like, oh, this is like the factory response and shit. But he was just like, oh, I'm genuinely happy. So you can't be happy all the time. Nobody's happy all the time. That's bullshit. Like, all right, man. Cool. It's like, okay, duh. Nobody's happy all the time. But I think the fact that the kid went from being, you know, not rich to rich and successful doing what he wants to do. So he's like, I'm happy mostly. Wow. Just hard to watch. I did watch the whole thing. And then it just weird. It turned into this weird argument with academics about Wale and why Wale's album flopped. And Lil Yachty's just sitting there like, and then they go to Lil Yachty and he's like, yeah, Wale's cool. He's a nice dude. Oh shit, man. It's weird, too, like, having Budden talk about all that shit. He just seems so bitter and, like, upset with the industry. And then he, like, equates success on the level that Lil Yachty has success to, like, it, you know, it's old white dudes in suits pulling strings and shit like that. Which is probably true to a degree, but the reality is that, like, the industry that he knows is not even, it doesn't even exist anymore. And like he was talking about the album cover and shit, he's like, oh, you call the label and it is that cool and shit. But he's like, no, we don't call the label. They like, I'd submit it and I'd give it to them. Like I suppose the label would call back if there was a problem, but I think he was just implying that it's like, you know, we're the product now, so it's not like back in the day the label felt responsible for why an artist was successful or had success. So they would be like, okay, we want to make sure you act or look a certain way or whatever. And then in this day and age, like that's not the case. If they decide to put money into somebody, like if any kind of like entity in entertainment decides to put money into somebody, it's because they've already proven through like social media or whatever means that they already have a following. So then it's just like, okay, well, we want to capitalize on the following you already have. So keep doing you, whatever weird shit you want to do. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let me also say this. I don't fuck with Lil Yachty's music at all. Like in any way, shape, or form. I've never once heard a verse or a song from the dude that I'm like, You know what I mean? And I fucks with a lot of. I don't consider myself to be like an old head like that. I definitely ain't like Joe Budden trying to fucking like, you're ruining hip hop. Like, no, I don't think so. Who cares? Like, who? If you don't like a kind of music or like a subgenre of the kind of music you make, you just don't fuck with it. You don't give it all that fucking crazy energy to be like, oh, you know. Within the context of like Lil Yachty, whoops, sorry, Ron. Within the context of Lil Yachty, like saying all that shit about like Pac and Biggie or whatever, like just not respecting older music or whatever. It's like, I don't know. I don't care because I don't fuck with that kid's shit. Like, I suppose if I was a fan of that kid's shit and then I found that out, I would be upset because I'd be like, oh, that's fucked up, man. Like, why don't you fuck with this? But since I don't fuck with that dude's music, like, I just don't give it any energy whatsoever. So to see someone be so mad and then just like transfer his anger over to old boy about Wale, and it's all really just about like his successes and failures. I hope that's not what the Dirtbag Dan show. I hope it isn't just like me like hashing over my own successes and failures in battle rap, and then like having guests come on and then just being like, that's like when because I see myself do that shit, you know what I mean? I consider it to be like contextual, like I'm adding to the conversation because I have like an inside understanding of the shit, and I'm not yelling. Like, I'm definitely not like, you don't know. But I could, you know, I am a narcissist, or a fan of myself at the very least. So I definitely can turn the conversation on myself. So I don't know. Maybe I learned that from everyday struggle. Like, chill, Dan. You don't want to be like Joe Budden. You don't want fools to look at you like that. Be making hella memes of you. Just all ridiculous and angry on the internet for no fucking reason whatsoever. I don't know. I don't see it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments if you think Joe Budden is justified in protecting hip-hop from Lil Yachty and those who wish to disparage it. He said, what have you done for hip? What do you want out of hip-hop? Such a weird, loaded question. What do you want out of hip-hop? I feel like if Lil Yachty said, I just want to make good music and have fun, like, he would jump down his throat. And then that's exactly what the fuck I would have said. Word for word, I would have said, I just want to make good music and have fun. So if that's like, if that's wrong, let me know. If I'm supposed to want something more out of hip hop than to make good music and have fun, then fucking tell me, player. All right, blogs every day. We're gonna back to back to back to back today. I'm gonna try and do 2 more. So that was the first one. You bitch.